Welcome to Therio with the Stun Guy. Alright, so Perfecting the Gadget's new Banlist edition. And just kidding, Perfecting the Stun. You guys thought Silver Gadget into Red Gadget does in fact make Gurgigan X or any monster that allows you to then make double A Zeus. So, Gadget's playable win. Today on Stun, we're going to be talking about the implications of the Banlist in our deck. And now how we're going to have to deal with Virtual World. Oh boy. Let's dig into this, shall we? So I've had a little bit of time to process how Stun is going to handle this new ban list, and I have good news for you. You're still going to need to go first. Alright, if you thought that this list gave you any sort of chance of going second, maybe. So we need to talk about our boy True King of all calamities. Well, he still exists. He's going to be available in pairs, but now a contender has entered into the format that actually can mess us up. I'm talking about that stupid Virtual World trap card. So last format we did not have to deal with anything that really messed us up. I mean, we typically end up being in a good position when we can just stick a border, set some back row, and essentially start winning the game from there. But what happens when more decks enter into the format that have spell and trap destruction? Thanks. So now we have, well, we'll talk about Eldlich in a second. So now VFD Turbo exists. Still gonna have that trap card. My big thing here is I look at this trap card and I'm like, all right, this is an issue. We need to be able to do something about this. And their trap is just, it's the biggest thing that scares me right now. They have multiple ways to access it. I'm not incredibly too worried about it. They're still going to need fodder for it, so we might be able to establish a second copy of something to kind of slow down the tempo of them. But when I look at border, I'm like, all right, if we're going Fossil Dino long haul, run it down the middle, oh, we're probably going to be good. I mean, if the entire deck can't do anything, I mean, I guess they can still attempt to normal summon the one, and then, yeah, I don't know what they do after that, but their trap card scares me. All right, I think we got that down, but Fossil Dino is going to 3. All right, Banisher's going to 3. Bye, Thunder King. I am going to make that commitment change. We are not... Thunder King is really bad right now. Now, we have Eldlich. Boy. If we establish the border, we'll be in a good position because I don't have to deal with the Golden Lord doing anything. All right? I don't even have to worry about him coming on out. All right? That's easy. That's the easy thing to deal with. My other issue is when we're playing down against the Golden Lord and he's big. Right? All the traps become live. Now, if they're just flipping up trap cards and then they exceed, two traps make succeed monster, make border turn off. That bad. All right? Depending on where it goes, I do think that inherently Eldlich is probably our worst matchup, just because they do have as many pushback options as we do. And I guess it just kind of depends on how well we open. Once again, Dino's a shutout in that mirror, or in that matchup. You're not going to have any issue with it. Is Dino the best card that we have? Yeah, I think Dino's better than Border right now. That's saying something. Also, frickin' Banisher of the Radiance is the take-home king in that matchup. Turning off, or just being able to banish everything as a secondary monster for you, you get so much utility out of that. It's insanity. Now, oddly enough, if we have to play something like the kitchen sink, or if we have to come down to something like the whole Numeron engine, well, yeah, I guess we'll cry about that. Not really much we can do about that. I mean, they get one effect. If we go first, we summon the border, we set the back row, and then they ram their guy, they double the attack of the 1, which is their 1 effect. And then they slam in, they'll be at 2k, which is exactly Border's attack. If we have an attack modifier, we'll be good in that situation. Playing down against Zexal is actually not bad, because we got strikes. Alright, so if they just Zexal us, we're not gonna, we'll be fine. I'm not worried about that at all. Zexal pass with maybe some back row is not the worst thing in the world. Yeah, we get stunned for a turn, but like being able to just reestablish a stun monster, pass it on back over across the table, works for me. I don't see any issue with that. Now, I will probably update the list. I don't know what I want to change right now. I think that Dragoon is staying. I'm actually kind of happy that Dragoon got to stick around. So now I can play it in the deck. We still do not have an out to Dragoons in the main deck. Once again, I told you guys. If we're going second, we don't have an out to Dragoon. Dragoon will see play this format, alright? Well, Robbie, you can just bring in cards to prevent Dragoon from dealing with it. You just side in the kaiju, side in the droplets, side in all this other fun stuff. Do you know what the premise of our deck is? We're a deck that exists to prevent the opponent from playing the game. Once the opponent's played the game, I don't see a solid game plan outside of that. The whole purpose of the deck is to establish and prevent the action of the opponent. That brings up the other thing that I was actually asked about a while back. Why don't we play Ash Blossoms, Veilers, Ghost Ogres, Droll and Lockbird, just load down the entire side deck with hand traps? Because if we go first and we are like, all right, imagine drawing Ash, Veiler, and Droll, and a normal summon Inspector border. Do you see the problem with this? So, if I'm going first and I normal summon that, you shouldn't be citing that in if you're going first, but somebody's going to actually do that. Alright, so you stick the border on the field, your Ash Blossom, your Veiler, your Droll and Lockbird, they're dead. Alright, like, we're not doing that. As much as I think people think they're funny when they bring this stuff up, they're like, oh, just play hand traps. You can't. Alright, like, your goal is Dyna, protect. Big Inspector border, protect. Macrocosmo on legs, protect. Alright? That is your game plan. Outside of that, I think our biggest cancerous matchups, I'm not too worried about Dinosaur, actually. Dinosaur doesn't scare me all that much with this deck. Yeah, they have Misk, but, I mean, we have Strike. Solemn Strike fixes a lot of the issues. Like, Zexal's not... It's really weird, because Zexal hurts a lot of decks. Zexal against stun is like, alright, stick the border, set the world. Your turn. Alright, maybe one of those will be a draw card we can't do anything with. Yeah, we can't establish the Moon Mirror Shield, but that's fine. I don't have an inherent issue when you look at it from that regard. I think that's fine. So, Dinosaurs and the whole Zexal luck don't really scare me all that much as you would think that they would. So, outside of that, you still got the main offenders in the room. You still have to worry about losing to the Lightning Storm. You're still going to have to worry about losing to the random Feather Duster, the evenly matched. I mean, that's 7 power cards, by the way, that you're going to have to deal with. If your opponent hard slaps the Red Eyes Fusion on the table, you're going to have to deal with that. 2 monsters is still a very scary thing. Like I said, 2 monsters, if you don't have an out, equals Verte. And then Stun just looks at Verte and goes, hi, blow me up now. And then Dragoon just snaps away your field. That's, once again, that's why if you got our friend Fossil Dino, you'll be good until he gets impermed. Did I tell you about imperm, guys? At the end of the day, we're still in the same position that we were last format. I think we're a little bit worse off, actually. It's really awkward to say. That stupid virtual world trap interaction existing just makes me step on back and go, wow, we came so far, and we're still so far off from being tier 1. Stun's never had more draw power in its life. The deck is still looking really good. I understand the battle that I'm going to have to climb up with. I'll update the deck here at some point. Don't worry. I've heard the pleas of people. I know that people want more stun. You guys really do love this. I get asked every other stream. It's like, hey, you got an updated stun list, Robbie? Hey, where's the spice? And I don't always have the spice. I attempt to work on it where I can, but I only have so much time. So, what do you guys think about stun for the beginning of this format? We'll see where things settle up. Yes, I know Drytron exists. All right, guys, please leave a comment down below to what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces later on in the day. Peace out, guys. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCool40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCool40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mcoolgames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.